realize I was live. I was sitting here ruminating about what the hell is going on with these directions in these Atlanta pausing and coming back in this particular video because I'm having to look at directions at the same time while I'm making this live. But I had to make this live. I really began to feel inspired to make this live last night as I was talking to two of my best friends in the whole wide world. We got a little group chat, and I was just waiting on calling. I hope I'm still on. But I was just ruminating over what it feels like to be 56, you know, and how I feel about my life. Um, Wild business. If y'all can't hear me, let me know. I know one day somebody called, and when I got back to the live, I couldn't be heard. So if you can't hear me, please say something in the chat. Otherwise, I'm gonna keep talking as if y'all can hear me. We just gonna pray for the best. But yeah, I was ruminating over what it feels like to be 56. Um, Looking back over my life. Okay, that's what okay. Looking back over my life and the things that I have done and the things that I've achieved. And you know what? Hold my mule. You know, hold my mule because I got to shout right now. And this is especially for my black women and my femmes. It's always for y'all. It's always for y'all. But today, even more so, it's for my black women and my femmes who have been purposely made to feel like they're less than, who have been purposely made to feel like that destiny that they feel beating in their chest as if they're not enough to fulfill that. This is for specifically my black women and femmes who people have tried to shrink, who people have tried to beat into limp submission, who people have tried to discourage, who people have tried to change, who people have tried to take power from. This testimony is specifically for you, right? Because I have to say that in my younger years, finding myself quite unexpectedly as a single mother, um, I finished, my bachelor's degree, but I knew with the type of work that I would do that I was required to go to graduate school, and I hadn't done that. You know, I have to say, in my younger years, most people around me went out of their way to make me feel like I was less than what I am. What you see me as today and the things that I do today and the things that are commonplace for me to do today, I knew I was going to do these things since the time that I knew myself to be a separate being from my mother. I wrote in my high school memory book when I was 17. I graduated when I was 17 because my birthday is late, right? Day today. So I graduated at 17. So I was probably 16 when I wrote this shit, honestly. So this was probably literally 40 years ago that I wrote this. But I wrote in my high school yearbook when I was 16 that I was going to work this job that I work right now, that I was going to do what I do right now, that I was going to drive the car that I drive right now. And once I got to undergrad, I knew that I was going to live in the city of Atlanta, right? I knew all of this from young, right? From when I was, a little girl, basically, And for me, the process of becoming pregnant, the process of giving birth, and the process of nursing babies and raising children, it increased my gratitude. And this is for me. This is for me. This is me. I do not pretend to know what anyone else's destiny is. I know what mine is. And so, like my mother before me and like her mother before her, giving birth increased my ashe. Every child I gave birth to, I became bolder. I became more intelligent. I got a deeper insight into human nature. I grew in my ability to analyze what was around me. My intuition elevated to magnificent, mind-blowing levels. My ability to be compassionate, my ability to care, my ability to look outside of myself and feel the feelings of people outside of me increased. So for me in my life, motherhood raised my ashe. Motherhood raised my magic. Motherhood raised my power. And I'm going to tell you what did not matter. The circumstances of the motherhood did not matter. What mattered in my life was me being ready to give birth. What mattered in my life was me wanting to mother, me wanting to be a mother. If within the situation I wanted to be a mother and I entered into it with that energy, then every time I gave birth and every baby I gave birth to, I wanted to give birth to them. We were living in a different time. So that was a conscious decision. So once I decided that consciously, me and the spirit of that child from the ancestral realms worked magic that whole time. That whole time. So when I say that is part of what raised me to a higher level, feel that with me. Believe that with me. And so while I was going through those higher levels of magic, the world was saying the more you keep doing that, the lower your quality of life is going to become. The world was saying the more you keep doing that, the lower your social standing is going to be. The world was saying the more you keep doing that, the lower you're going to be on the totem pole. And I've got to say, there were days and times when I believed that. There were days and times when I believed that, but I'm going to say this, and this is my message to you. Even when you believe what people outside of you are saying, please follow your destiny. Please follow your head. Please follow your ori. Please do what your highest self is telling you to do anyway. Do what your mind is telling you to do anyway, because your walk is very unique and specific to you, right? No one else can do what you came here to do. No one else can bring to the world what you came here to bring to the world. And so no one else knows the steps that it takes to get to your specific destiny. So for me, birthing and motherhood and nursing and homeschooling and creating a homeschool collective, all of those things were part of what it took to get to the destiny that I am supposed to have, to live the destiny that I am supposed to have. Being a mother, being a teacher, being a community mentor to Black children, specifically in the poor areas, specifically in the Black enclaves of the world. That is what it took to, amen. Baby, motherhood made me. Motherhood made me. I was a little girl. I was a a little girl before then, right? And after becoming a mother and leaning into my motherhood and nursing somebody from my body and pushing somebody out of my body, I leaned into full goddesshood. And having done it 6 times, what you see before you and experience as a goddess is a product of that, regardless of the circumstances. I've done it while being the property of a man, which is how some of you legitimize it. And I've done it while not being the property of a man, which is how some of you illegitimize it. But regardless of those circumstances, baby, walking within the steps that my Ori was telling me to walk made me who I am today. So now we got to address those motherfuckers, some of whom may find themselves in the comments right now talking cash money shit, right? Cash money shit about everything I got to say, everything I got to do. These motherfuckers is hating so hard that they sit and wait for me to get online so that they can talk cash money shit. What a raggedy, miserable life you live. But let us address these motherfuckers, because I have known people like you my whole life. You ain't new. You ain't new, unique. You ain't something that I haven't encountered. But as I was living my own unique destiny, and in living that destiny, I didn't ask for outside help. I hated to get outside opinions. I did not have a community around me that helped me. I was my community. And as my children grew into adulthood, they became my community, right? But as I was living, hold on one second. Let me see where I'm supposed to go. Thank you. As I was living my own unique destiny, y'all, I got to say the naysayers was on a bitch hard and heavy. The naysayers' feelings was hurt. The naysayers was all up in my goddamn business, as they still are today. You see some of their naysaying asses in the comments. You ain't gonna never do this. You ain't gonna never be able to achieve that. You ain't gonna never get this. You ain't gonna never do that. Those dreams that you had will never come to fruition. This is what I was told over and over and over again from the time I was 19 years old. People have been telling me that life that you want to live will never be yours. Some people were very close to me. Some people were people that I loved and who I thought loved me. Some people weren't. Some people were just, you know, nosy ass motherfuckers surveilling my life, right? Some people were just that, like these nosy ass motherfuckers in the comments. They were just people surveilling my life who thought that they could speak over me what they thought my end was going to be. But I have got to say today, and I want everybody to feel however they feel about it. Feel however you feel about this. The same motherfuckers who told me that I would never be a professor, the same motherfuckers who told me that I would never write books, that I would never be an author, the same motherfuckers who told me that I would never live where I wanted to live, the same motherfuckers who told me that didn't anybody want to hear what I had to say, the same motherfuckers who told me that I needed to sit down and shut up and lay down and submit to their thought process and submit to them, those same motherfuckers that I ignored and that my mind said they don't know about you. They might be talking about your own life, but they own life, but they ain't talking about you. They ain't talking about your life. The same motherfuckers that tried their best to discourage me from being my full self could not even afford my monthly parking fee in the presidential lot at the HBCU where I teach. Those same motherfuckers could not even afford the monthly fee that I pay to keep my dream car detailed and beautiful. Same motherfuckers. Same. These motherfuckers in the comments running their mouth and mad because I'm going live. They couldn't even afford my monthly parking fee in the presidential lot. You couldn't even afford it, boo. You couldn't even afford it, and yet you have something to say. So I had to come forth and give this testimony today. I had to come forth and say, listen to your Ori. Listen to your head. I do not care what the general public is saying about your life. I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn what thoughts this person and that person, and sometimes it's gonna be grandmama and auntie and mama and uncle. They gonna have a thought about what you need to be doing with your life. I don't give a damn what those people think. Listen to your head. Our ancestors said it is only your own head that wants to see you removed of your burdens. It is only your own head. So if you take the time to listen to motherfuckers outside of you and heed the advice of motherfuckers outside of you, and you prioritize that above your head, you are heading for an unfulfilled life. You are heading for a life that does not give you what it is that you came here to the marketplace of earth to get. Baby, you got to listen to your head. Because it is only you and your head that know what the fuck you are here for. Nobody outside of y'all know what the fuck that you are here for. Do you hear me? You know. Listen to your head. That shit is going to be unconventional. That shit is going to be shocking. Motherfuckers are going to say that it cannot be done, but look at me right here, right now, today. It can be done. It can be done. I'm here. I'm motherfucking here. This is the life I dreamed of as a little girl. This is the life I always knew I would have. When I laid underneath the weeping willow tree in my grandmother's yard in Columbia, Tennessee, where I didn't even know what a passport was. I didn't even know what that was. When I laid underneath that weeping willow tree, this is the life I saw in my future. Y'all don't hear me though. Amen, lights. This is the life I knew I came here to have. Do you hear me? And the motherfuckers who are naysaying, the motherfuckers who are telling you you're never going to be able to do that, the motherfuckers who are saying unless you align yourself with me and my way of thinking, you will never have that. Those are the motherfuckers who will not even be able to afford to dust the fallen leaves off of your welcome mat. They won't even be able to afford. Really, girl? They won't even be able to afford to get the gate code to your neighborhood. The same motherfuckers who tried to tell you you ain't gonna never be this, you ain't this, you ain't that, you taking the wrong steps to do some shit that they had never done, and to do some shit that they wasn't interested in doing. They wasn't interested in being a professor. They wasn't interested in being a teacher. They wasn't interested in being an author. They wasn't interested in being a world changer. But they gonna try to tell me what the steps was gonna be. And they say, oh, if you take these steps, you ain't gonna never get there. Motherfucker, you don't know what the steps are. You don't know what the steps are for me to fulfill my destiny. Right? So them same naysaying motherfuckers, like these naysayers in the comments, can't even afford to get in your neighborhood. They can't even afford to know the guest gate code to where you live. Do you hear what I'm saying? Do you hear what I'm saying? It's not about capitalism. I hope you hear exactly what I'm saying. It's not about capitalism. It is about knowing where you belong. And knowing that other motherfuckers who don't belong there don't have the resources to get there and don't know what the journey to get there looks like. They do not even know what the journey looks like, so they cannot advise you on what the fuck you should be doing. Can you hear me? Do y'all hear me? I had to come with this testimony today because it welled up within my soul last night. And I was sharing it with my good friends, my besties, And my besties know. They know my testimony. They're the people who have bolstered me up and held me through these times. But I said, there's a woman out there who got some kids, or who about to have some kids, or who has some kids, and who she feeling like now she can't do it. People have made her feel like now she can't have her destiny. People have made her feel like that doing and living that part of her destiny, girl, I just did. And living that part of her destiny has put her outside of the realm of being able to fulfill the rest of her destiny. People have made her feel like that. Lord God, Atlanta. Right? I said it's a woman out there that's feeling like that, and she ain't in my group chat. She ain't in my group chat. So she needs and requires this uplifting word today. Didn't she just tell me to make a U-turn? Y'all don't know because y'all can't hear it. But I'm gonna make another U-turn. Just made a U-turn. I'm gonna make another one, girl. I'm gonna make another one. We gonna see what's going on. But there's a woman who needed this word. And so, baby, this word is for you. This word is for you. Right? Whatever your head is telling you to do with this destiny, trust it. Trust yourself implicitly and first. And if you have to be your own community, your own mentor, your own example of how this can be done, that shit is sufficient. I got you, boo. That is sufficient, right? That will be sufficient. Don't believe that the only way that you can prosper is from outside mentors if you are making moves that nobody in the world has ever made. If you are doing shit that nobody else in the world has ever done, be your own mentor, be your own guide, be your own community. Listen to your head. When I tell you, not only can it be done, but you can thrive. You will remain beautiful. You will remain sexy. You will remain alluring. You will remain powerful. And not only that, your power will multiply. Right? And all the motherfuckers who said that it couldn't be done will somehow be quiet, will somehow be silenced, will somehow, when you are successful, will not come and say, oh, I was wrong. They just gonna sit there and shut the hell up. Right? It can be done. Today, 56 years ago, in the Murray County Hospital. Well, I actually wasn't born in the hospital because black women wasn't allowed to give birth in the hospital when I was born. In the doctor's office, right? In a gynecologist's office, I was born. Today is my birthday. And everything that I said I was going to do, I have done it. And everything that I tell you right now that I'm going to do, I will do it. My life doesn't look like yours. My life doesn't look like hers. And my life doesn't look like hers. And it does not have to be successful. The way that I move through the world is not like you. It's not like her. It is not like her. And it doesn't have to be successful. I am happy. I am fulfilled. Even at this early stage in my development, I have built a powerful, rich legacy. I came into this world to become Orisha. Human beings become Orisha. And that has always been my destiny. I came into this world to become Orisha, and I know that I am well on my way. And I know that my legacy and my teachings and my contribution to the religious philosophy of New African Vodun, I know that that will live on beyond my children, beyond my grandchildren, beyond my great grandchildren. I know that I am fulfilling my destiny. Do you hear me? Don't let anybody tell you how it has to be done. Your head knows. Trust your head. Trust your head. Because by the time you reach By the time you arrive, them motherfuckers can't even afford what you don't even see as an expense. They can't afford it. Do you hear me? Do you hear what I'm saying? All right. Love to each and every one. It is a beautiful day. Oh my God. I'm so proud of myself. Oh my God. I'm so happy. Oh my God. I'm so fulfilled. So happy. So fulfilled. Ecstasy, abundance, and bliss to each and every one within the sound of my voice who is wishing the same to me and mine. And as always, we wish the lessons of life on those who are ignorant enough to wish us otherwise. You guys, please enjoy.